Hello, guys. At the time I'm uploading this, the Euros are only a day away now. Damn, I've been making Euro content for over a year now, and the tournament's already here. It's just time has flown so fast. A lot of you guys have requested this video after I created the underdog prediction. You guys wanted to hear what I had to say for the dark horses this summer. So today I'm going to be doing the same exact thing as I did in that other video where I'm just going to be ranking how I think all the dark horses will do. Now for the underdog teams, I did Wales, Finland, Macedonia, Scotland, Slovakia, and Hungary. Some of you said Scotland shouldn't be on that list, and I somewhat agree. They're in a group that's pretty well balanced, and they definitely have the capability of beating some of these teams. You could argue that they're even better than Czech Republic in some ways. I hear you. I just chose one team from every group, but this time I gotta do it a little bit differently. For Group F, I'm going with no teams because there's one clear underdog, it's Hungary, and the rest is Germany, Portugal, and France. I can't choose anyone there. But for the rest of the groups, we have two teams that are potential dark horses. For Group A, I've gone for Turkey and Switzerland. For Group B, I've gone for Denmark and Russia. For Group C, I've gone for Ukraine and Austria. For Group D, we've got Croatia and Czech Republic. And for Group E, it's Poland and Sweden. If I didn't mention your team, it's because I already put them in the underdog video, or I think they're one of the favorites to win the tournament. Some people are saying Italy are going to be the dark horses this summer, but I genuinely think Italy are one of the strongest teams in this tournament, so they're honestly expected to do something for sure. All the teams I mentioned for this video though, people recognize that they have class, they have great players, but no one is necessarily expecting them to win the entire tournament. So yeah, I'm going to be ranking how I think all these teams will do this tournament. But before we get into this video, let's take a look at our sponsor, OneFootball. This app's got you covered on every single league that's in football, but you're going to definitely want to download it for Euro 2020. This app is very convenient. It's way better to have everything in one place rather than to Google search everything over and over again, as they cover match scores, the schedule, the table, the latest news, and you can even receive extra notifications for your favorite teams. I've obviously chosen Croatia, but you can choose even more than one if you want to. I know many of you are doing fantasy football as well, so if you need a reference on player stats and all that for the tournament or for any other tournaments, all of it's right there. All easy to access in one app. You guys should definitely check it out. It's free. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Link in the description below, please. Go give it a look. All right, now let's start this ranking. Before I get into this list though, just keep in mind, no hate to any of these teams. A lot of you guys think I'm throwing hate just because I predict that they won't do well. No, I honestly hope your team proves me wrong. This isn't my favorite list. This is just what I think the likelihood of these teams are to win. No hate to any of them. Good luck to all these teams. Let's get into the video. Starting off with number 10, I've gone for Austria. Now, Austria have a lot of talent. They have some world-class players, but as a squad, they don't normally pull through. Again, things can easily change this summer, but I cannot outlook their history. They just don't pull it together in international tournaments. Even throughout the year, they pulled off decent results and then just randomly slipped. I don't see them doing very well this Euros. Maybe they can grab a win, but I do not think they will make it out of this group, to be honest. Now, like I said, this team can easily prove me wrong, but also, for some reason, I feel like North Macedonia will tell a very nice underdog story this summer. I could be getting my hopes up for nothing, but they have been pulling off decent performances lately. Very impressive for the side they have. I feel like they might show a little bit more passion on the pitch than Austria this tournament. It feels weird putting them in that last place spot because, like I said, they have amazing players, but they just don't pull it together in international competitions. We'll see if history repeats itself, though. They can easily prove me wrong. Good luck to Austria, but sorry, I gotta put you in last place for this video. Now for 9, I'm going with Czech Republic. A bit embarrassing to put them this low as I rated them fairly high in my last Euro prediction video. And they do have some amazing talent. I always mentioned Souček and Soufal, but their group is looking very well balanced. Like I said, it felt weird to give Scotland that underdog label, as Czech Republic are looking very similar to them on paper. Not to mention Scotland had beat them twice recently in the Nations League. I feel like Scotland are going to show a lot more heart than I expected to before, and I think a lot of people are starting to realize this, that Scotland do mean business, not to mention the rest of the group, England, Croatia. The likelihood of Czech Republic doing something exciting this summer for some reason is getting lower than I thought it would be. The Souček hype was real, and they obviously have a great team around that who have all had amazing seasons. A lot of players on Slavia Praha, for example, but I'm sorry, I'm going to put them lower in this list. Again, would love to see them prove me wrong on this. No disrespect to them. Amazing side. No one can underestimate them or Scotland. This is going to be a very interesting group turnout, so good luck to Czech Republic. Now for number 8, I've gone for Russia. Russia did a very good job when they're hosting the World Cup. Their group right now is looking a lot more difficult than it did at that tournament. Finland, I could see them beating, but Denmark and Russia are looking very, very dangerous this year. Maybe they can pull off an upset, who knows, but I just think Russia are a bit too inconsistent. Maybe I could see them getting out of the group, but I do see them getting out in the round of 16s, to be honest. I'm saying it for every team because I feel bad, but I'd love to see these guys prove me wrong. Russia has a very interesting squad, and I do hope the best for them, but the odds are looking low right now for me. Now for number 7, I'm going with Ukraine. This is where it's all really neck and neck. All these mid-place teams I feel like could easily top each other in one way or another, but I gotta give them all a rank, and I'm putting Ukraine at 7th. They're in the same group as Austria, which I already mentioned. I think Ukraine know how to hold off teams very well. I do see them getting out of the group. I think they're gonna pull off a decent amount of draws in the group stage, but just like Russia, I think they'll get out fairly early. They obviously have some amazing talent in the squad. I think this group is going to be one of the most neck-and-neck ones out of all of them, as Netherlands haven't been at the most consistent form even though they're the favorites in the group, and then Ukraine and Austria are somewhat seen at the same level. Macedonia the clear underdogs, but they clearly mean business. It's hard for me to go in depth in this video because there's just a lot of factors here, but I'm giving Ukraine that 7th place spot. Again, just like the other teams, good luck to them. Number 6, I'm going with Switzerland. Switzerland, I think, can maybe hold off some decent results. And just like Ukraine and Russia, I think they could barely get out of the group. I don't know about making it further, though. They do have some great players on the squad, but most of them haven't had brilliant seasons. I know Seferovic was solid this year, but one of their most well-known players, Shaqiri, isn't even getting that much playing time at Liverpool anymore, and every time he does show up on the pitch, he doesn't make a massive impact, so I see them possibly doing bits, but just like Russia and Ukraine, I think they're all somewhat at the same level for this tournament. They could possibly get out of the group, but they're going to have an early exit, unfortunately. Now for number 5, I'm going with Sweden. I think Sweden definitely have potential to do bits in the group. They're not looking like one of the favorites. Most people are saying Spain and Poland will do better than them. I think they have a shot at getting second in the group, though. My only worry is in the knockouts, I don't know how far they can go. It really depends on the road they get. They went pretty far in the World Cup. They did lose Ibrahimovic, but Isak still will do a decent job. I still stand by thinking that Sweden will top Poland in the group. I think they're going to have an amazing group stage, but then get an early exit, which is why I'm ranking them over Switzerland, Ukraine, and Russia. Now for number 4, going with Poland. It seems weird because I said Sweden at number 5, even though I also said Sweden would get second in the group over Poland. I do think Poland will probably get third. However, I think they're going to be a third place team that has some potential to go further than these other dark horses. I see them having a shaky group stage, possibly getting a decent amount of draws, but it will serve them well. They'll qualify for the next round at third place. They have the best strike in the world, obviously. Things can work out for them, but obviously we have to wait and see. Now for number 3, I am going with Croatia. Hrvatska. People are probably going to give me shit for ranking them so high, as a lot of people are actually doubting Croatia this summer. People are obviously not discrediting their World Cup performance. It was incredible. But they lost a lot of those key players. Mario Mandzukic, Ivan Rakitic, Subasic. I think for the goalkeeper and midfielders, they could be set. But for the striker position, it looks a bit questionable how we're going to do up top. This is wishful thinking, but I think we can pull out of the group. And depending on who we get in the round of 16, maybe make it further than that. So that's why I'm putting them at 3rd. I think they still have a great squad. Luka Modric will surely have a great tournament. I think he'll definitely show on the pitch that he's the most hardworking player on that team. And with wishful thinking, I think they'll make some kind of statement, but I don't think they will go as further as the other dark horses, which I'll mention in a bit. But yeah, hoping for the best for Croatia. I wish I could put them at 1st, but I just don't see it this year, unfortunately. Croatia normally don't do very well in friendlies, and sometimes can be very inconsistent against teams that are not as good on paper. But we see in the World Cup, they were a massive surprise for everyone. We'll see how they can do. Good luck to them. Imo. Now for number 2, I'm going with Denmark. Denmark have been extremely impressive in the World Cup qualifiers. Pretty impressive in the Nations League. There is a decent possibility they could top Belgium in the group, depending on how consistent Belgium do. I think they'll still get 1st, but you can't rule out Denmark. They also had a very unlucky World Cup run where they lost to penalties against Croatia. They played very well that match as well. I'm obviously happy they lost, but I still would have been curious to see how far they could have gone in that tournament, as their squad is looking nuts. I'm putting them at 2nd because I do believe they can pull off a decent amount of upsets further on in the tournament, even after the group. It's definitely possible. Their midfield is exceptional. Their defense is pretty solid. Some of their attack force could be questionable, but I still think they mean business. I'm not writing Denmark off whatsoever this tournament, and I don't think anyone should. I think number 2 is a solid spot for them. But at number 1, we are going with Turkey. I doubted these guys earlier in my predictions, but a lot of these players have had exceptional seasons. Yilmaz being the perfect example. They have a lot of young defenders who play in top leagues. I definitely think Turkey have the best shot out of all these 10 teams of pulling some kind of dark horse tale. I don't think they're going to top their group. I think Italy will continue their win streak during that time, but they're still going to pull off very, very good results, get second, and possibly make it very far. I think even during those inconsistent moments they have, they'll somehow find a way to pull through. Turkey have a lot of heart. I think they'll want to make another statement this summer. Good luck to this side. But yeah, that's the end of this list, guys. Let me know what yours is in the comments below. Again, good luck to all these teams. Wishing the best for everybody. Very excited to see what the turnout is. You guys might be already watching this while the Euros have already started. But either way, hope you all did enjoy this video. If you did, please hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all very, very soon. La cu noche.